If it didn't make me feel good, then there wasn't the best option to cut it out of my sight, to cut it out of my entire life. It's a toy guitar for kids, Anon. Why are you so extreme about it? Seriously, it's been 4 years. You should have mellowed out a little bit. Other than the PTSD, like that, the PTSD can stick around just fine, especially with how he saw Fang and the guitar and everything. But like, the language feels a bit much. But that's me. This could totally be a valid response. I didn't need this, and yet. Also, why guitar? Guitars are actually pretty hard for kids to play. Like, the manual dexterity required to properly strum a guitar is pretty high compared to some other instruments, like, say, a flute, or a saxophone, or a xylophone, or a piano. Pianos are complicated. The proper piano playing can be very intricate. But compared to the dexterity required to play a guitar, it's a bit easier. Because guitars require hand strength, too. You know, that shit cramps. My eyes narrowed. Snoot. Jesus. Okay, listen. How many times are we using fucking Snoot in this, okay? 23 times. That's a lot! Again, you're kind of overdoing the snout here. Oh, shit. They don't have long fingies. A violin. Oh, yeah, violin's a good one, too. Not a guitar, though. If only because tiny guitars probably sound like ukuleles and they sound goofy. Before I knew it, my claw had. Why are you doing this? And on, just take it easy. I didn't need this, and yet my eyes narrowed, snoot tightening, tail furiously waving. I was just tired of letting it. Oh, this is actually pretty good. Like I said, he's changing. Before I knew it, my claw had grabbed onto the neck as if I intended to choke it before tugging it to my chest, turning it sideways and sitting off the side of the chair. Jesus Christ, she's sitting like a hippie already. And then I furiously strummed, tail wagging in metronome. Something simple, something confident, something random. Simple, confident, random. Simple, confident. Somewhere I realized, strumming those three notes, those three had been the catalyst of Fang's area. For just a moment, I wasn't there, but back there. Wasn't here, but back there, in her room, as she taught me to strum, her warm claws guiding my own from behind, and head behind mine, beside my. Her warm claws guiding my own from behind, and a head beside mine, an unconscious smile on her snout. Jesus, snouts! You know, if I wanted to semantically satiate the word snout, we're getting good progress. I paused my strumming to blink away the tears from my eyes. The tick-tock of a nearby clock on the wall reminded me where I actually was. Just like that, the world had already moved on. I was back in the depressing ringer that was reality, as the salty droplet trailed down the beginning of my snout. It was over. I bring a clothed arm up to wipe my eyes, resisting the urge to sniffle before lowering my arm. Olivia was standing right in front of me. Shit! I almost fell off the chair, the guitar meeting another unfortunate trip against the floor and producing a loud clattering bang, potentially earning another scratch on the wood. Olivia's staring at me, but not with the suspicious, narrowed look that she seemed to have given most folk, but something else. Cold grey eyes were open as if analyzing me with thought. That's rude, Anon. She can think. You can't just say she doesn't. No thoughts. Head empty. It was a piece of paper. Oh wait. A few seconds pass as I remain clutching in the arms of my chair before she. What a weird sentence. Before she produces something from her overall pocket, pulling it out. Holding it out. It was a piece of paper, ripped from a greater sheet. Did she want it to. She tilted her head back, opening her snout as if to let out a frustrated sigh. Only that it was completely silent. Again, the big problem I have with Anon using the word snout a lot is he doesn't use it that much in the original game, but also Anon's a human. He would talk in human biological terms. He wouldn't adopt dinosaur language. Even if dinosaurs use it a lot, I'm just saying, he wouldn't talk like that. She tilted her head back, opening her snout as if to let out a frustrated sigh. Oh, I was completely silent, before outright plastering the paper against my chest with a shove. My eyes wide as I fell back and tumbled off. Jesus, you're getting murdered, Anon. I land on my butt, snout curdling in pain before hearing something. It was from Olivia. Her snout shut closed, yet cheeks inflated and eyes wide. Claw at the end of her snout to keep it closed. Seriously, you are teetering on the edge of semantic satiation. It's a miracle. It took me a moment to realize that she'd almost burst into laughter at my brief slapstick and misfortune, her eyes wide before normalizing as if remembering she was meant to be angry. There, Olivia scoffed before turning away with an annoyed harumph, murmuring to herself as she climbed back into the seat. Murmuring is more for crowds, buddy. You don't. A low or continuous background noise, a softly spoken or almost inaudible utterance. Oh, it can be just saying stuff. I never knew. To say something alone or indistinct sounds, or to make a low continuous sound. Kind of weird that it's both discrete sound and continuous sound. Just saying. Those are not the same thing. Put up your fists, dictionary. I looked down, opening the ripped sheet. It was a green dinosaur. I figured it was me, sitting with the guitar and surrounded by floating green musical notes. One of the quarter notes patting my shoulder as if to offer comfort, if the motion lines or anything. He's getting fucking pat-pats from a musical note? What the hell? But most surprising, there was a smile on my snout, my eyes gently closed. A 3-year-old drew this? Actually looked genuinely pretty good. Not disjointed or widely proportioned like the typical kiddie drawings. Isn't she? It's a 4. Like even details like my small shirt and pants put on instead of some featureless body. I stand on top of the chair, looking at Olivia, noticing the piece of paper that she'd been working on was now missing a ripped portion, clearly being where she had drawn me. Her eyes briefly peered up at me before peering back down. What? Don't use 2 verbs like that. That's very, very bad. Focusing on her drawing, I sit back down, staring at the paper, the tick-tock of the clock still going on. But the drawing, that remained the same. An unchanging piece of art that would remain the same even after time went on. Yeah, you're repeating yourself there, buddy. Point made. Because someone who cared had made it. But, okay, just want to put this down flat. The irony of musical performances is that they are not preserved through time. You should probably point out the contrast between the two. Between the ephemerality of musical performances, even if recorded, there's a component to it, as is I mean, like that's the weird part, right? Like the musical performance itself is the product, not the. It's so weird to think about. Sorry, I'm having big things here that do not belong here. For the first time ever since I was reborn, I thought about it before. The good times that we had. Fang. And I don't want to tell you this, but you're 4 years old. You should not be thinking about Fang. Fang would punt you right through the soccer goal. I smiled because it had happened. God damn it. It's been 4 years, my man. It's a little late to suddenly have this realization. Maybe when you're 40. Suddenly, I heard another door of the house slam shut. My parents and the Halfords moving with urgency as Frank followed behind them at a casual pace. Come on, Annon, we gotta go. My father hurriedly said, an anxious look at his face and snout. Snout. But the pizza. We gotta get pizza. Don't tell me I got the hiccups. Take that, hiccups. Nothing kills you like a good sip. But the even as a 4-year-old reincarnated man, Anna knows pizza is where the real money's made. We'll get pizza on the way back, you should. I clamber off the seat, wondering what the rush is before hearing it. There were police. Why is that capital P? There were police sirens outside, a loudspeaker calling out through the muffled windows. Calling out, muffled through the window. That's a weird sentence. This is the police. Give yourself. Holy shit! Grandpa wasn't lying. I don't even know what Frank might have done to incur a raid on his house. If anything, it seemed like it was just a common occurrence. I like how casual he is about it, too. Regardless, I wasn't going to stay and found out. Booking it alongside my parents at the back door. Mr. and Mrs. Halford had picked up Olivia, who, through the whole ordeal, was still trying to draw on a paper, squirming uncomfortably in their claws. Frank waved with a sharp claw as we rang, a smile on his beak. See you next time. Let's come out of prison again. You got them diaphragm spasms. Man, diaphragm got hands. Safi versus his own diaphragm. We get back to our cars just in time, thankfully not parked near the driveway as Mom loads me into the child's seat, buckling me up before pausing. Slowly a smile rises on her snout. You brought the guitar, Annon? I blinked before looking to see the kitty guitar still firmly grasping my claw. I guess I did.